We're back here at Boom and Bust. I'm your host, Tony Clement, here with Peter Menzies of the Macdonald-Laurier Institute. Peter, please continue with your last thought there.
Yeah, what I was saying was that we're creating this relationship between government and news organizations that, like I said, like back when 20 years ago, people would have died on that hill. No publisher, no editor would have thought that appropriate. And it doesn't really matter what their principles are. And the problem is it undermines the public's faith in their objectivity. And media depends on public trust, right? I mean, even the advertising department at newspapers, made money through that trust. Advertisers felt that if they trusted on the pages of a trusted newspaper, they would get a better impact than on the pages of a non-trusted newspaper. Anytime you have a dependency on a government agency or the government in power for your, finances like that, people are going to doubt your credibility. And one of the problems with C18 is there's a lack of transparency in terms of these relationships, right? The government forces the online companies to make these deals with you, but then you don't have to actually reveal what the deal is.
Right.
So, those things cascade. So it's kind of like this is not a cure, and it may worsen faith in media, and that's not good. We need to have media that can be trusted, that is widely trusted, and in order to get a consistent shared understanding of the news of the day. There's a lot of issues to be dealt with.
A lot of issues, and I'd be remiss if I didn't sort of tie this into Elon Musk's bid for Twitter, which appears to be going ahead, and Elon Musk is basing his bid on a freedom of speech kind of platform that he thinks it should be. How does that interplay with this, if at all?
Well, it plays into the fact that Elon Musk might be coming up against, in Canada at least, might be coming up to the government that is currently the most interested in regulating the internet for a variety of reasons. I mean, there's Bill C11, which is about streaming. There's this Bill C18 we're talking about. There's still to come is the Online Harms Act, which has gone back to the drawing board a couple of times because it was so repressive of free speech that it was just, it was outrageous. People left and right were denouncing it. Twitter actually in its submission came out and said that, well, this is exactly when you talk about online safety, you're using the same excuses that governments like China, Iran, and North Korea use. And that made even the front page of the Globe and Mail, I think, last week. So when you start messing around with this, like Musk is a good businessman, so he's not going to probably try to go to war with any country. Whatever its laws are, its laws will be. But, people in Canada on Twitter, the free speech libertarians on the one hand who are celebrating that now their savior has arrived. I'm sorry, guys, that's not true. You might get a better balance that if you were seeking it, but also on the left, the people who are like, oh my goodness, the floodgates are now open. It's just going to be a spewing, Twitter will just be spewing white supremacism and hate and that sort of stuff. They're both wrong. At the end of the day, the government will be, and the laws of the land as they exist on hate speech, on child pornography, on all kinds of other things that go on still exist. It's not a lawless land. But as the government in Canada comes through and seems very keen on, having some restrictions on speech, Elon Musk is not going to win the fight with the government of Canada.
No.
Although they might like to have one.
Well, we'll stay tuned. I'll order the popcorn. We've got 20 seconds left. Do you think this bill is going to go through as is?
Yeah, I'm afraid it is going to go through as is. There could be some, I would think that the newspapers themselves, the news organizations themselves might want to ask for some amendments to make things a little less controversial. to make the fight a little less likely.
Right.
Because these guys need, I mean, you look at the, Post Media's last quarter reports, they need money and they need it soon.
Our time is up. The debate will continue, however. Peter Menzies, it's been great having you on the program. Hope to have you back soon.